Hey guys, I'm Johnny Scoville and this is Chase the Heat. Hey, what's got two thumbs and loves a great burn. The knife returned. Excuse me. Disappeared from my office. Kind of found its way back. So I'm pretty happy about that. Guys, I got a pod today. I'm really excited for this. Now I've been using the knife that I gave my dad years ago, and when he died, I got it back. So I've been using that kind of sentimental thing, but now that this is back, I'm going to be going back and forth between those two knives. But I've got a pod today, and the other reason I'm super excited is this pepper. Last year, let me mute this, I'm sorry. Last year, the hottest pepper that I ate was a Primotalii, a red Primotalii. And it's just stupid hot. I mean, just way noticeably hotter than any other thing I've ever eaten. And I've eaten a couple peppers. But check out this. This is a chocolate Primotalii. Will you look at that? You guys, I don't know if you guys are on Instagram. If you aren't, you're going to want to go on Instagram, because I have a funny feeling when I cut this thing open, it's going to be incredible. This will be on my Instagram. In fact, I'll cut open while I talk to you. Boy, this pepper is incredible looking. It's like a diamond cut. I don't know how quite to approach this. I think this way. You should smell this. It smells absurd. I mean, wow, wait till you see this. Man, I'm going to hold it up to you, but I promise you, this is just one of those peppers and one of those pictures that nothing is going to do it justice unless you look at a picture of it. Wow. The smell in my kitchen is unbelievable. The picture on Instagram is much better, but guys, have a look at this. I should hold it this way. Here's, I dropped it. Here's one half. See how glistening this is? It's covered with oils. Decent sized placenta. Here's the other half. And boy, just look at how oily is in here. You'll see it better on the Instagram picture. Just incredible. This is going to be a super hot pod, I reckon. Tom Broom, Seriously Hot Peppers, is the man who grew this. He's a very good friend of mine. Great grower, makes great powders, great tincture. It's just a good dude all around. All right, I'm almost stalling to eat this. This is a monster. All right, guys, the chocolate Primotalii. I haven't eaten anything. All right, guys. I'm Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat. The smell, it smells very earthy and super hot. Crazy enough, there's an incredible sweetness to this that is not what I expected. Very hot. Oh. Now I know what Tom is doing with his peppers, but that's the best chocolate pod. This, I should say best. I've had some really good ones. That's the sweetest chocolate pod I've ever tasted. Super sweet, scorching hot, straight away heat, flogging my throat. It's a hot one. Super sweet up front. The sweetness dissipated, zero floral at all. I know you're gonna think I'm nuts. It almost had a, you know, I say it's fruity. Sometimes people say, well, what kind of fruit? Like pear, apple. That almost tasted like melon. That was a very, very unusual pod. Don't let my face fool you. I'm burning right now. He only sent me one of those. Or I would have shared it with David and Big Al. It was the only one. I do have some more pods. I have some amazing pods he sent. And I'm definitely going to be turning the guys on to some of them. But that one, that ranks right up there as a, that's equal for sure to the hottest pod. I'm not sure if it's the hottest, but it's right. It's still climbing a little bit. All right, so listen, this is an exotic pod. You know what I mean? I have some exotic pods that these guys send me, and it's cool. Listen, if you get your hands on one of these, cut a sliver, just a little sliver, and eat that. But I would not dive headlong in if you're not accustomed to this, because if you're not used to it, here's the thing. I've said this. There's a video, So You Want to Be a Chili Head. It's a 2-part series I made. And in there, I say, you know, if you, and I've said this countless times over the years, when you're eating hot stuff, you can always eat hotter, right? But once you've eaten something that's too hot, you're committed. There's nothing you can do. You're in it for the ride. You know what I mean? You're strapped in. So if you cut a sliver, you get a chance of tasting the pod without really hurting yourself. We're going to go to Tommy this morning. See what he's got to say to us. He's looking like a hard worker this morning. Here we go, Tommy Scoville.
Hello, Scoville Squad. Do you remember that thing that Johnny talked about where he said, Tommy, never say never? Right, I believe it had something to do with me drinking tincture. Well, maybe someday I'll drink tincture again. But I also said I was never going to have to crawl down a hole to go paint something, and in fact, I'm going to have to crawl down a hole to paint something. But that's neither here nor there. Let's talk about Tommy's picks. We've got some winners coming up today. You may have noticed that there's been a bit of a back and forth between my brother and myself, probably because he said I look like Homer Simpson when I put on reading glasses. I'm not angry with him. I pretty much let it go. Yeah. But I'm through doing huge long picks and doing voice to text to try to screw him up. That was childish, and I'm better than that. Well, I'm not, but I should be. Here's the deal. We've got great Tommy's picks. You're going to enjoy them, and you're going to enjoy this morning video. I, on the other hand, am going to go crawl down a hole, and hopefully for the last time, but I'm never going to say never. All right, fam. God bless you guys. Look, though, the hands are small. Doing a whole lot better. Love you guys, and really, truthfully, you guys are the best. Even you, Johnny. I can't back that up. You're rotten. I'm sorry, it's the truth.
Ah, my brother, the good doctor. I love you, Tommy. Poor guy's got to go back into the hole and paint some more. He thought he was done with that. It's a drag. All right, Tommy's picks, people. You know what? Let me share with you something. Someone left a comment yesterday that said, I just ate a Scotch bonnet for the first time. I don't know how you talk. Right now, that's flogging my throat. And it doesn't take concentration to talk, but I'm telling you something. If you're not used to it, you're not going to be carrying on a conversation. You aren't. That's a very, very hot. That's probably as hot as the hottest. It's probably I'm trying to think. That's right up there, man. It's probably the hottest pepper of the year. And it's got legs. It's just sizzling my throat. All right, Steve Simmons says, Young Frankenstein is such a good movie. Happy Father's Day to all those amazing dads out there. This is by far the best channel on YouTube. God bless. Wow. It's a cool thing to say, man. Thank you. All right. Johnny, I'm not exactly sure whether or not this man has ever been in our winner's circle before. I don't think he has. But if he hasn't, boy, he should have been. I mean, you talk about a guy that just really seems to get it. I agree with him on virtually every single thing he said. Obviously, obviously Young Frankenstein is gold. I mean, think of some of the really funny stuff that comes out of that movie. Frau Blucher, oh, come on. The jokes alone would be funny enough to carry the movie. And then it's just one part of funny. It's just one funny part of absolute classic after the other. So if you haven't seen Young Frankenstein, go out there and go out there and get it. You will thank us, for real. Oh, it's so good. He also said that this is the greatest channel on all of YouTube. And while I really feel I pretty strongly agree about Chase the Heat being one of the greatest channels on YouTube, I really do enjoy the Beast and the dry heaving noises that he makes. But we're definitely in the running. It's nice to hear it from someone. Welcome to the winner's circle, my friend. Hope to see much more of you. I'm like that. I don't think this. Listen, I don't want to say anything bad about our channel, but I see it differently than you see it. You know, you're definitely the greatest people in the world. You're the greatest friends I've never met. You're my family. You know what I mean? So that's special. But I love Beast, man. He's like, you gotta understand. I was watching Beast for years before I started my channel. Guy's just so solid. That's what you gotta understand. He's been making videos for a long time. He just keeps doing it. You know how hard it is? It's easy to burn out. It's easy. And I eat peppers. Think of the stuff he does. Some of the stuff he does, like if you put a gun to my head and said, eat this cactus, I'd pull that trigger for you. I mean, I can't even fathom. Here's the truth of it. I've never seen that video. I won't watch it. I can't. I just can't. I don't know if I got a thing about stuff stuck in my throat, like choking on something, but I can't watch it. In fact, the other day I was watching on some nature show, a camel. You know, camels eat cactuses. With a giant tongue, they pull them in the mouths and chew that thing. These spines are like that long, and they're chewing them like it's popcorn. Made me think of Beast. I did. I thought of Beast. I was like, man, no. All right, Charlie Layton, Johnny and Tommy, you both were. I'm getting an endorphin rush from that one pepper. That's the hottest pepper I've eaten this year. I'm getting an endorphin rush from one pod. Johnny and Tommy, you both were in my thoughts and prayers. Thank you, Charlie Layton. I lost my dad 9 years ago. I lost my mom 3 years ago. My Father's Day and Mother's Day are extremely rough days for me. Love to the Scorcher boys now and forever. Yeah, and I'm sorry, Charlie. I can't imagine both. There were so many comments where people talked about losing loved ones, their father, the mother. It's amazing. You said a few years back how you did a Father's Day. It can be a great day or it can be a really tough day. And that was sort of prophetic. I think it's more important to remember on days like that, on holidays, that everyone is having a really good time and there are people out there struggling. And it's awesome that the way that everyone rallied, not just to our aid to help us, but to everyone, to everybody, goes a long way towards validating what people would say about this channel. The love, support from everybody here towards everyone is magic. It's almost crazy. I don't even understand it. It's beautiful. I'm sorry for your loss, my friend, but thank you for your kind words and the love that you sent for the Scorcher boys, both now and forever. Thank you. Yeah, man. I remember my dad lost his mom. He lost his dad first. When he lost his mom, he said to me, I feel like an orphan. I've been orphaned. And I'm sorry, Charlie. Hang in there. Where was fun and levity? That was a great comment, though. I'm sorry. I'll see if I can inject some fun and levity here. I have no idea what I'm reading, but we're going to go for it. James J, tender and crunchy. That's like saying pretty ugly. An oxymoron for sure. Like jumbo shrimp. Military intelligence. Joking for anybody in the military. And finally, JJ points out that tender and crunchy do not make a whole lot of sense. Very much like ugly or jumbo shrimp. Or pretty ugly or jumbo shrimp. He snagged the jumbo shrimp from me. Which he didn't mention, but I did. But I did first. Ha. How about government assistance, military intelligence? I did them both before you, Tommy. Ha. I'm sorry. Where was I? Maybe not necessarily an oxymoron, but one that drives me crazy. How about when someone says, you can tell me where the ATM machine is? Well, if the ATM is an acronym for automatic teller machine, in essence, they are saying, can you tell me where the automatic teller machine is? There's just something about the word machine being repeated twice that makes me want to laugh, and I know it's going to affect Johnny. Johnny, shut up, Tommy, this is ridiculous. Johnny, say really quickly, machine. Machine. Here's the thing, man. I got a pepper high going, so you gotta give me a break. Does it not remind you of Charlie and his brother Emilio? There's something about Charlie Sheen, about machine. Wow. And who couldn't use just a little bit of Sheen at this juncture? Johnny, I will leave it with you to try to explain that. I can't, man. And I just made it worse with everything I added to it. Jeez. I just came out with and somehow tied into something cohesive that makes sense to the bus riders. There's a lesson to be learned here. Johnny, number one, you may want to read my picks before you go on the air. And number two, the next time I put on my reading glasses, you might want to think twice before you say who I look like. There you go. Boy, that was a good one. That might be my favorite Tommy's picks just because of how that worked out. But I beat you with jumbo shrimp and military intelligence. Say what you want. But you know what? I should read them, but it's way more fun if I don't. Sometimes the reason I sound like an idiot that doesn't know how to read, it's because I haven't read them and it's worded funny, but sometimes it's because Tommy doesn't put the punctuation in. Here's the thing. Do you want to sound like a foreigner, that guy who doesn't really have a grasp on the English language? Get a paragraph of something, take out all the punctuation. You don't know where to put the stress, you don't know where to stop and start, and it's all, it made me sound like a guy who was just learning the language for a while. But now, and he did it on purpose. You heard that, he heard it. Oh! Anyway, I love you, Tommy. Ice those hands when you get home. That was a fun video. What a great pepper that was. Beast pepper, Tom Broom, for real. If you guys want some scary hot peppers, man, it's not called Seriously Hot Peppers for nothing. What a great name. But go check him out. There's be a link in the description box. And if he's hurt you by his peppers, go to the comment section and say so. We will mourn together. Right there is our pepper. Click that pepper when you do your part of the family. If you don't want to miss a video, click the bell for notification. Come back 8, noon, and 9, you'll miss none of them. Right there is the good fire. Right there, more videos. And today we're eating some peppers with the boys. Glad I got my knife back. I love you, Bree. I'm Johnny Scoville. This was Chase D.